There's 3 things you need to know about me. First thing is I eat hammers and I shit nails. Second thing, my favorite Pokemon is Magmar. The third thing, I like to kill zombies. My name is Blame Truth, otherwise known as the infamous BT. This is a show about zombie weapons. Now, in the zombie apocalypse, a lot of people probably want to use guns, probably gravitate toward guns, but there's a problem with that. Guns eventually run out of ammo, but what doesn't run out of ammo are blades and blunt weaponry. Today, we're going to be looking at the Indian War Club. At the end of the episode, I'm going to be rating this weapon on a scale of 1 to 10 to see how it would fare in an actual zombie apocalypse. And to do that, we're going to mess shit up.
The Ballhead Indian War Club was a pre-Columbian design used by northeastern tribes, most notably the Iroquois Confederation and related groups. The Ballhead clubs were serious killing weapons meant to break limbs and cause fatal blunt force trauma. Among more southerly groups, the Ballhead had an additional antler spike added for an extra bit of nastiness. In time, the antler spike was replaced with an iron or steel spike, but the weapon then went on to altogether be replaced with European weaponry or indigenous weaponry based on European styles, such as the Gunstock War Club. The War Club I'll be using for testing purposes is manufactured by Cold Steel. This version is approximately 2 feet long, with a 3.25 inch diameter ball head fitted with a removable blunt short steel spike. Injection molded from remarkably durable black polypropylene material, this club is virtually unbreakable.
This is the star of the show, and her name is Lindsay. She is modeled after Lady Gaga, although I'm sure you could probably tell that already, judging from the awesome art job. But Lindsay is a resin skull with liquid latex over her, and inside the skull here is a Ziploc bag filled with blood, which will act as the brain. That's how we know we will have a kill shot, if we can 1-shot or 2-shot the skull and it breaks or it slices in two, depending on which weapon I'm using. We'll know how efficient it is at killing an actual zombie. Alright, first item on our smash shit with Indian War Club thing list is a cinder block. Now, I actually don't know if the War Club can break this, but it's worth a shot. If it can break this, it can pretty much break bones in our body with 1 hit. So, let's give it a whirl here and see what it can do. And now.
It's buffering.
Holy shit, that did some damage. I didn't think it would do that. There's a piece in a pumpkin I smashed earlier for testing practice purposes. But man, I did not expect that to do that. Wow. Why not break the rest of it? If 2 hits did that to a cinder block, I'd hate to see what it would do to a human skull, or an arm, or a leg, even. Wow, that was fun. Well, let's see what it can do on the final test subject, Lindsay. All right, the top of Lindsay's skull has been taped and super glued, just for extra durability to stay on. And let's see if this will smash her fucking brains in. Here we go. Oh man. Well, that did it. Alright, so it knocked the skull cap clean off, which could have been from me not gluing it correctly. Next time I'll have a better procedure. But let's see what it actually did here. This is where I hit it. I don't know if you can see that well, but it definitely cracked the skull. These things are actually really hard. These actually might be harder than normal human skulls, because this thing, I hit this thing pretty damn hard. But there's a big crack, and this is what it did to the brain inside the plastic bag. Tore a big hole in it, so it definitely would have hit the brain, and definitely would have killed whoever this was, or used to be if they're a zombie. But it's still dripping blood. Oh man, that's a big mess. I got it all over my shoes and stuff. Looks like a bunch of teenage girls going Girl Scouting out here, you know? Blood everywhere. So...
Alright, you've seen the weapon in action now, and now comes the time in the show where I rate the weapon based on 4 different factors: reliability, versatility, stealth, and killing power. All very, very important factors when picking a weapon to use in an actual zombie apocalypse. The reliability of this weapon is off the charts. For one, this is a blunt weapon and doesn't need to be maintained like a blade does. You don't have to sharpen it or anything like that. This thing can smash and smash and smash, and you really have to do nothing to it. The polypropylene handle is another big plus. This material is fantastic. It's lightweight, it's super durable. You can run over the handle with a car. If it gets bent, you can just bend it back in place. It is an amazing material. Even the most badass of men, such as myself, will fall to zombies if our weapon doesn't work for us. This thing will not let you down. Next is versatility, and although I didn't show it in the actual weapon demonstration because I'm not very good at it, this weapon can be thrown almost like a tomahawk and do some major damage. Another big factor with the versatility is that you don't always have to go for the head for a kill shot. You can sweep the legs with this in a non-lethal type maneuver. You can even break bones such as arms, legs, what have you, ribs even. If for whatever reason your first headshot with this weapon doesn't flat out kill them on impact with blunt force trauma, the force of the blow, if you land a sideways shot, will flat out break someone's neck and render their body useless if it's a zombie. So that's a big plus. Unfortunately though, because you can't stab and cut with this weapon, it is not as versatile as some, so it gets an 8. Stealth. Now this is something a lot of people don't think about or consider when picking a weapon or using a weapon, especially in a zombie apocalypse scenario. You don't want to ring a dinner bell with a very loud weapon, and you don't want your weapon to gleam in the sunlight, attract visual attention. It's not good. Luckily, the Indian War Club is fitted with non-gleaming, non-glaring black material, so the stealth factor, visually speaking, is very good. Although you have to kind of wind up, make a big fuss visually to actually kill an enemy, this still gets a relatively high rating on the stealth scale because it won't make a very loud noise when striking an enemy, such as an aluminum bat would. So overall, 8.5. Finally, we have killing power, last but not least. You saw what it did to the skull. Made a big crack in it, would have probably killed whatever was in the way. But the main downfall with killing power, although it's very good, it's got very good one-shot potential, is that it can't do things like cut heads off like a machete or a katana would, and that kind of hurts it. You have to be accurate, and you have to put a lot of power into your strike to make sure that the blunt force is enough to get a one-shot kill. So really, your best bet is to sneak with this weapon, sneak around, and land a vicious blow to the back of the head. Those conditions aren't always optimal and aren't always available though, So the best way to use this is probably to use a sideways strike to strike in such a manner where if you don't get a one-shot kill with the blunt force, you can at least break their neck or knock them down and finish them off with a final blow to the head on the ground, which should put anything down. But those are my ratings, and I give this overall an 8.5 out of 10. Solid weapon.
Not a scratch on it, look at that. Well guys, hope you enjoyed the first episode of The Whacking Dead. Leave a comment below and let me know which future weapon you'd like to see on the show, what future things I can smash or cut up into little pieces, because it's very enjoyable. Please like the video if you really enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and share it with your friends. See you guys later.